Okay, there we go.
All
We
right.
got it. All right, welcome, Andy. Great having you here for the, I don't know, for the seventh time.
Technology, eh?
Yeah, hopefully the last time.
Let's hope so.
Okay, good. Then just start. Tell me something about you. Or tell
Okay,
us
yeah,
something
I'm
about
Andy
you.
Foster, also known as Andy Brentford on the Discord group. 39 years old, married
Exactly.
with 2 kids, 2 daughters, live in Aylesbury, which is near London in the UK, and I've been with PetFX since January of this year.
How long you trading now?
Trading, I've been learning to trade for about 15 months. So it was January 22 I started. It was kind of like a New Year's resolution.
How did you actually come into trading?
So I started by investing. So I had some disposable income every month for the first time in my life, and just decided what's the best way to try and grow my wealth. And I thought, yeah, let's invest into maybe some ETFs, which I did. Probably the worst time you could probably start investing in 2021, but
Yeah, I remember.
not
I
a great
remember
time.
back.
But I've been adding, like, averaging down with my investments, and so yeah, mainly on ETFs, but also a few individual stocks as well. And then really just got an interest in the charts and when is the best time to add more money into my longer term investments, and just wanted to try and refine that entry. And yeah, and then I just got, I don't know, just sort of got really passionate about it, and it's gone on from there.
Yeah, I had a pretty similar way, like starting with passive income, right? And actually, the plan was to find a way to earn passive income, and now it's the exact opposite side, because now we consistently doing something for an active income, right? Because trading is not passive at all, so we just consistently active, being on the charts and trading, right, and trying to earn money.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's just funny how it works out sometimes.
That is.
So, how long are you now with us?
So
in
it
the community?
started in January of this year. I came across you. Well, I came across Mentor Mike on another Discord community, and saw some of his trades, and thought I got to get the secret source of what Mike's doing and how Mike's doing it and how he's learned this. So that's when obviously came across yourself after you mentored Mike, and yeah, sort of enrolled on the course, and it's been amazing. I've learned so much, and it's sort of brought everything together from what I've learned previously, because previously I learned a lot of retail trading, chart patterns, and Fibonacci and stuff like that, which, don't get me wrong, it's been good because I've learned a lot of what to do, what not to do. And I think the PetFX course has just sort of knitted all together. It's like brought everything together nicely, and a few things I didn't know, well, quite a lot of stuff I didn't know about, from now I do know from your course, which has just made the difference, to be honest.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. We just put in a lot of work, and it's great to see people that enrolling the course and doing so well within like 1 to 2 months. Because like you said, you joined like mid-January, right? And this interview is today actually about you and how you passed an FTMO challenge, phase 1, phase 2, and got funded within that 1.5 month, right? Obviously, you already knew about, let's call it SMC, these smart money concepts, before you actually were coming to our community. But overall, like you still said, you could still learn a lot. And that's what's actually all about, right? So how was your feeling within your first, like, it was pretty much your first challenge, right?
Yeah.
And you instantly passed it. So
It was an amazing
how's the feeling?
Yeah, it was my first challenge. I did take the FTMO trial challenge, which is free. So you get, I think, 14 days free trial. I wanted to try this because I've never used MetaTrader 4 or 5 before. So I was like, well, I want to sort of make sure I'm okay with that before I actually spend any of my own money on a challenge. So I actually failed the trial because I accidentally put my stop loss incorrectly and had a bad day. But came back and actually passed that in a way because I actually had enough profit to pass, but it was my daily drawdown, which is where I failed. So I thought, well, okay, I could possibly do this. So that's when I thought, well, let's go for a challenge and see where I am with my progression. And I fortunately passed it, and going to go for another one this week. So all being well, that one as well.
Yeah, you told me. Exactly. So you're having your funded account now for a week, right? And you overall up already 5%, like around 5% within a week. And doing 5% consistently per month is already a lot of money, right? Especially for people that are in this industry more than a few years, and now it's basically like your first year still, or beginning of the second year. So how is the feeling to be that successful in terms of passing a challenge and getting funded so quick with your psychology? What does it do with your psychology? It gives you so much
confidence in what I've put in, because I've put in a lot of hours. I mean, like 3-4 hours a day, every day, for the last sort of 14 months. So, I wanted to do it properly, but psychology. So I've built confidence from passing, and I've realised that I can do it as long as I'm disciplined, and the risk management. That's the two most important things I think that I've learned, especially from being on your course and just being part of the community as well. Is I've realised that they're by far, in my eyes, the most important aspects. Without those, you'll never become consistent and profitable.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that the community is a big part of also helping you to get consistent, right? It obviously depends if you are in a community where people like blaming each other for maybe not getting into a trade and the other person gets into a trade. You may be jealous, right, and blaming the other person. But we don't have this at all. And I really appreciate that everyone is so supportive out there. And I think this helps also you, right, to be motivated and to keep going, and also to see other people just, passing challenges, getting payouts, and all that sort of stuff.
Magic passed.
So it's just great to see,
Andrew's
man.
Passed. There's quite a few now, and in such a short space of time, and it just goes to show that the course and the community is just really working well, and it's like proof of the results. And it's the best thing I come across, to be honest. You and Mike and Karim as well. He's been really helpful. So
yeah, definitely. We appreciate it. Karim came a bit later than expected, but he had a lot of things to do. So Karim is just another mentor in our community. So we are in total 3 now, right? And everybody's doing their work and helping everyone. And that's the thing. What was really important for me is when people are joining and asking questions, it's not like that they need to wait 5-6 hours for the answer, or maybe not even getting the answer, right? And think a lot of members just appreciating this, and that's maybe also the main reason why they keep staying with us.
If anyone asks a question, within 2 minutes, one of the mentors has come back with an answer, advice, help. And it's really good if you upload your losses and, they can correct you on where you've gone wrong. That's really important to see where you're going wrong and then improve as well.
Definitely. But coming back to you and your trading career, because As you already mentioned, like you're married, you have 2 kids, you have a full-time job, right? So most people with that amount of, how can I say it? Well, most people that have a full-time job and family don't really want to learn anything new, or maybe don't even have the time, right? So how did you manage all this to have that time? And you're technically full-time trading, right? You're trading like 4 or 5 hours still during the day.
I'm in property maintenance, so I work for myself. So yeah, trying to manage that and trying to learn in the evenings. It has been hard. You can see my bags under my eyes. It's sleepless nights, but yeah, it's been fun. It's just, and that's why you've got to have a passion for it as well, because it doesn't seem like it's hard work, even though it has been hard work, if that makes sense. It's just something I really enjoy doing, and therefore that makes the whole thing a lot easier. If you find it a chore and hard work, then you might struggle. But for me, it's been stressful at times, but it's enjoyable. And I'll continue to do it, obviously. And the plan is longer term is to maybe get someone to do more of my work that I do. And then, eventually sort of maybe do 2 days full-time trading at home, and then eventually do it full-time and put my business to one side and run it from a distance.
Mm-hmm. So when was the first time where you realized that you can actually really make a living off of trading? I mean, now where you are like 1 week before your first payout, you're like not far away from getting your first payout. But before that, were there a point where you realized that, you can actually do it? I
think the point for me was understanding from you and Mike and Karim that consistency is the most important thing. If you can become consistent, say if you've only got a very small live account that you're trading, I don't think you're ever going to flip that account with the risk management that you need to use to actually become successful. So I think if you've got a £250, £300 account, to risk 1%, 0.5% of that account, be consistent, it'll take a long time to get to that level. So for me, I think these prop firms are really, really good to enter challenges and just become more consistent. And then realizing that if you have a £100,000 account, for example, and you can do maybe say 10% a month, which in effect is, if you're risking 1%, 2 really good trades a month. That to me is like, wow, this is really doable. You could easily, not easily, but if you're consistent and your risk management's right, there's no reason why if you have a £100,000 account, you can't be earning £10,000 a month. And that's like very good money.
Exactly.
So that for me was like, yeah, this is doable, but only if you have the capital via like a prop firm, or lucky enough to have a large amount of savings or anything like that.
Definitely, and that's the beauty of these prop firms nowadays. Hopefully they will be for another few years, and the good thing is that you can build up basically capital from a small amount of money, right? You just need to have the patience and discipline and the psychology to do it. But technically, you can make out of $50 passing a 5K account and consistently trading on it. That, like, theoretically, you can take the profits and then go for 20K, and then take this profits, go for 100K, and then you're already on top, right? But obviously, that's like too easy, or it sounds more easy than it is. But just that thinking of being consistent and step by step is just very important, especially in this industry. And I think also with every other business you have, or you can have, it's very important to have the discipline and patience and go step by step, and not trying to flip a 1K account into a 10K account.
That's a good way of looking at it. It's like a business. I mean, if you started a business, you're not going to be profitable really in your first year, 2 years, and then you've got to build that business in make it bigger and more successful. And it's no different. If you look at it that way, then that's a good way of looking at it.
Exactly. So now, because you're 1 week away from your first payout, what about your wife and kids? What about your friends?
Well, I haven't really told many people, to be honest, that I'm doing this. Only recently I've started to sort of mention it, because I didn't want to put pressure on myself. My wife, she's known about it obviously from day one. She's been really, really supportive. My daughter's, my eldest daughter, she's 19. She's a police officer. She's again really supportive. My youngest, she's 11. She's not really interested, but
Okay.
so yeah, they've been really good. I've told my dad, my mum, a few of my close friends, but I don't really like to sort of make a big thing of it, really. I just rather keep low profile.
No, definitely.
And yeah, hopefully be more successful as time goes by.
Definitely you will. It's also just an I don't know, a hard thing to explain. Like, okay, you can say that you're trading, but okay, how did you trade? Yeah, there are firms that giving you money, and then I'm trading and getting profit. That's like nobody really gets what you're doing if they are not in that space. I did actually tell my nan, right? She's 91, and she's like, yeah, I was like, no, this is what I'm doing, and she's like, oh, so gambling, and I'm like, no, no. It's like a lot of people think that, and it's, you got to think in probabilities and things, but there's a lot more to it. Definitely.
So I think a lot of people, who aren't interested in it, would think that, and that's maybe why I haven't told many people, because that's probably what they'll think, but it's not the case at all.
Okay, good. So what are your plans now for this year?
Plans for this year: get more funding, and build a personal portfolio, if you like. Build a personal fund. So I have the option of trading more capital of my own money, and also the prop firm's money as well. So I'm not setting myself any targets, just each day as it comes, and see where we are come the end of the year, and hopefully it'll be a good year.
Okay, I hope so. I wish you the best, man.
You.
Okay, you mind maybe sharing a trade from yours? Yeah. Like maybe a trade you did on the phase 1 or phase 2? Yeah, I'll show you a trade that
I did phase 2. See if I can find it. So if that appears on the screen.
Now we need to wait for the screen sharing, right?
My computer's so laggy today.
Okay. Yeah, now I see it. Perfect.
Yeah, so this was a Euro USD short. So sorry, my computer's been so slow. So this
no worries.
I don't know if you can see, but it price was really bearish. It was coming downward trend. And it was coming back up to supply zone, which it had hit the previous day and built up some equal highs. And then built up some trend line liquidity on the Asian range. And then we were coming back into the supply zone. And this was right on London Open, pretty much. So I thought, well, let's see what reaction we get. Obviously waiting for a confirmation on the lower time frame. So if I just play price along a little bit. So price came up. Took out the liquidity. And then at this point I dropped down to the lower time frame and obviously entered. As you can see, the target was the bottom of the Asian range. and price. Eventually, my computer works. It eventually gets there for a 5.8, I think it was. And for me, I risked
overall like minus...
yeah. So I risked 0.5 on that trade. So yeah, that was the first trade on my verification. So I needed 5% to pass, and that I think was like 2.5-3% already, and that was the first day of the verification stage. So yeah, I was really good start to that stage, and then I went on and did another trade with GJ, I think it was, which which got me over the line and got me my live account.
So how long you needed to pass phase 2?
So phase 2 was... So phase 1 was 13 days. Phase 2, I started that on the Monday with that trade. And then I did the GJ trade on the Thursday. So 4 days to actually pass. And then obviously I had to trade for a minimum of 10 days. So every day I had to enter a very, very small trade and just exit it straight away to clear, the pass, basically. So,
to get the other 6 trading days or 7 trading days.
So
done,
I
right?
passed it pretty quick on the second verification. So yeah, very happy.
What would you say was harder, phase 1 or phase 2?
Phase 1. I found phase 1 harder, yeah. I think psychologically you got that 10% target. It was like, okay. And I got off to a pretty bad start. I had a couple of poor trades. So you're in drawdown, and that makes psychology even harder. So I think at one point I was like not far away from like 7-8% down or something, and it was like, wow, I need to sort this out. So managed to and come back and passed it, and then obviously passed the second phase. Was, I wouldn't say easy, God no, but it was maybe psychologically for me a little bit easier because it was just 5%, which still a decent amount, but it's it was
definitely.
Yeah, I'm happy. It was good.
Yeah, you're like one of the very few people I think that I know that got actually back from like a 7 or 8% drawdown, right? All into passing and then passing phase 2 and now having the funded and having 5%.
A bit of a roller coaster.
And now using this 5%, right? And using this to get another 100K, right? That's just crazy. That's a crazy story. Like, but you also told me that, especially in the beginning, you had wrong calculations from lot sizes, right? Because you never used actually the MetaTrader and lot sizes.
Why I got into the drawdown, because it was like I accidentally put the wrong lot size in and risked like 3% or something ridiculous, and it was like, I can't be doing that every trade. So yeah, and I think there was another trade I entered just slightly too late. So my lot size was like 2. But because I entered, my pip was like 10. My stop loss was like 10 pips. And then it's like, oh no. And yeah, it skews all your lot sizes, so and your risk. So yeah, for me, that was a little bit of an eye-opener. But I got there in the end. So
exactly. And I think that's a very good example on, doesn't matter how far you are in drawdown, there's always like one trade that can come, right? And you just need to wait for that one specific trade, that one shot, and you can come all the way back to break even, right? And then back from break even.
I remember one trade that I think was a 1 to 8, and a couple of other. I think Greed on the Discord group. Ali, is it Ali? I think he took exactly the same trade as well, and he was that was like a 1 to 8, and that's what got me back to. Out of the door.
Yeah, I remember that.
So just one trade makes all the difference. It's amazing.
Definitely. And I think now, or like many members that joining also realizes that you just really only need to wait for the 1 or 2 trades during the day. Obviously, we have like Mike, me, and Karim as mentors, and we all kind of have a different trading style. Mike is more aggressive. Karim and me are definitely a bit more conservative, right? But in the end of the day, you also need to figure out what type of personality you have, because not for everyone it fits to be very patient, or let's say being very conservative, right? Some people just likes to get in and get out very quick and doing like 10 trades a day. And that leads to another question. Trading is a very, very big, I would say, personality development change, right? So what would you say changed the most in your personality the last few weeks, a month?
Oh man, my personality, I don't know really. I think more just habits.
Or habits.
Oh, good question. I don't know. I think when it comes to the charts now, I'm just a little bit more relaxed. Where I used to be quite anxious, not anxious about it, but I'd be anxious to sort of jump into a trade and want to be in the market. And now I've realized that's the complete opposite to what I actually want. To be in the market the least amount of time is probably, for me, the better option. Patience as well. It's like you've got to be so patient to wait for where prices come into your area that you're interested in, your point of interest. So I think, so my patience, my wife might disagree. My patience, I think, is improved, but she might say different. I don't know. Okay,
perfect. One last thing, you mind sharing maybe your FTMO certificate?
Hang on a minute. There it is.
Perfect. Beautiful. You want to print it out and then just hanging it on the wall?
Yeah, I'm going to get it framed. Yeah,
exactly. That's what I did.
Yeah. I bet you've got quite a few up on your wall, haven't you?
Yeah, no, not just only one. The first time I passed, that was the one I hang on the wall, and I remember that I think it was like 1.5 years ago when I passed my first, or when I got my first funded account, and I then just blew it. 2 months after it, I just blew it. Yeah, but times change. So I've been through a lot of up and downs, as the same as you, right? And I think the most important thing is just to keep going, and not like even it. I think you're one of the very few people that actually passing the challenge in such a short period of time, and with a lot of patience and discipline, especially within like the first year of trading, because I had students that were trading for 3-4 years, right? And still couldn't do it. And that's nothing bad about it, right? It's just some people needs more time and some people needs less. It's just, I think the most important thing is just to have the passion for it and not doing it for the money, obviously.
I do it. Don't get me wrong. If I get more funding and stuff and the money comes in, that's great. But for me, I just really enjoy it. Definitely. See it as a challenge. When I was never like particularly academic at school at all, so in a way I wanted to prove to myself that I could do this. I think getting the funded account has, like, for me, really proved that I can do this. And if I carry on and keep improving it, I mean, I'm still obviously you learning all the time, but hopefully I can continue and get more funding and be more successful. Thanks.
I hope so too, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having you.
And thanks for all your help as well.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. One of our top students here, Andy. Any questions for everyone out there watching this? I hope you enjoyed it. any questions, feel free to join our free community. Feel free to email us or email even Andy. Up to you if you want to post your email. And yeah, we see you in the next video. And I see Andy later for maybe let's see how the chart is moving. Maybe I'm doing New York session. Maybe doing live trade. Let's see. I didn't take a look at the charts now.
All right. See you.
All right, good.
You too.
Then,
take care.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.